General Manager of Wurafadaka Networks. Yes, to your question, you said, let me repeat it so I will not get it right.
Yes, how can a leader attract
quality
teammates?
Yes, I said before you can attract anything, that means you must have that same value. So before you can attract a quality person, that means you must have an inbuilt of quality attributes you are looking forward to. So if you are looking for a quality teammate, that means there are some criteria you must have written down that you yourself must have checked by yourself that if you are looking for such person, then that means you must have maybe 95% of all these attributes so that when they come, you can easily know, this person is not attracted, this person can't walk in to the value we want for that specific area. So for example now, I want to employ someone to be a fashion designer, and I will first ask you, how many years have you been in the sewing aspect? And you said, some even say 18 years. And when you say 18 years, I'll first readjust my seat and check, okay, wow, 18 years. That means there are some basic questions that when I ask you, if you say you are in 18 years in the field, you must be able to answer. So with just one question, I easily know to say, oh, no. That means the person has just been maybe today off, 1 year in fashion, 2 years in another business, 3 years in another. So that's why I said that I know what I wanted. I have the quality of the people I want as a team member. So when I'm trying to source for people to employ, then I can easily know that, okay, this person can work with us. And some that will come, they have 30% of those values, but they have not seen someone to build them to the quality you need. So what I need first is to check, can you be trained? Some can't be trained. Despite they don't have the value, they will still be portraying as if they know it more than you. You understand? So that's why I said that if even they don't have the value, you have to check them, can they be trained? We've employed someone last year, and when the guy came, he thought he could know how to sew very well in the suit aspect. We just won, and he said he has maybe 8 years experience. We just a test, we discovered that truly you understand the 30% of the concept of the suit aspect, but the remaining 70 is missing. Then I said, do you accept some level of training? The person said yes. Now the person is the highest paying staff in our company now and earns hundreds of thousands monthly. Reason being that he submits himself, is ready to learn, and once you are ready to learn, even if you are not qualified, 100% qualified to be in that circle, but once you submit and you are taking steps by step to train yourself, then in no time you match up to the standard we want.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mr. Bayo. That was great. It's good that you mentioned the fact that, number one, you first of all look out for the qualities that you want as a leader,
yes,
and then you go on to looking out for, is this person teachable? And those are very important qualities. Now, I want you to be more practical. Now, tell us, of course, behind, something I love to say, behind every bishop where you did is a bishop Abiri that is doing a lot of work. So talk to us about how your leader, that's Mr. Simiri, how was he able to gain your loyalty? Loyalty is priceless in this age. It's not something you find easily. So tell us, how was he able to gain your loyalty? Was it effort? Did you eat effort at some point? Maybe you did.
One thing I will rightly say is that I met him, let me say, 7 to 8 years ago while we were in school together. And the first thing I noticed about him is that he truly loves, if he said he likes or loves someone, he loves you not just because you are bringing something to him. He considers that you are growing with him. So even if you make mistake, he's still ready to correct you in love. And it's someone that if Mr. James says he's going to give you something, when he says that, even if it takes him 1 year to have it, the day he has that thing, he's going to give it to you. So I would say he's a man of his words. So he's a man of his word. If he promised me a jet today now, I know that nearest years to come, he's going to give me the jet. So he's a man of his word. That is what I have seen, that if anything he says, if we tell you that we are going to do this in the next 3 years, he's a man, he's a vision man. So that helps me to walk close to him, that he sees the future, and when someone sees the future for you, all what you just have to do is just follow him. Even if you have the best of the best idea, but he has seen the future. I was still telling him yesterday, he asked me to take a move yesterday. In less than 10 seconds, if I had waited for 5 minutes, he asked me to call that person. As I was calling that person, the person said, this and this. I came inside, I said, sir, ma, this person is a prophet. Exactly. If I had not called that person, I've waited a minute more. Then that's why I said he's a vision man and he's a man of his words. When he says he will do this, when he says this is where we are going, he's ready to make sure that you grow with him. And as I said, what generalizes is a man of his words. And if you have someone that is a man or woman of his words and follow it to the letter, then he's a man to be loyal to.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, and it was nice to host you all. So firstly, women in business, that has been a phrase that has been used a lot. I think, and I surely believe that these are exciting times for female entrepreneurs. And why do I say so? Firstly, you get access to funding easily as a female entrepreneur. And this is an information that is quite coded. So you see many grants that they are giving female entrepreneurs. You just need to have access to those informations. I'm not even saying loans, I'm saying grants. So it's a big one as a female or as a woman in business. Now for mindsets are the principles, of course, that guides our thoughts, our actions, our decisions, and even our outcomes. For mindset, I'm going to say firstly, mastery above sentiment. And I'm going to explain a bit more. I know that the natural understanding of women is that women are sentimental. And I think that's not true. That's not entirely true. And this has been said to be true. This has been a stereotype. Because most times most people feel that women make decisions out of emotions. If you're a woman in business, you must work on your emotional intelligence. Because you must ensure that you're in boardrooms, you're making decisions, and nobody compares you with a man because your decisions are sound. And everything comes from mindset. Now, how can you build this kind of mindset? You have to work on your personal development. You must ensure that you are so good, you know your onion so much that you are not compared to a man. So they don't say because she's a woman, that's why she's like this. Mastery. Mastery above sentiments. That before you take a step, before you make a decision, before you react, you must think about consequences before actions. If I do this, what are the consequences? That's the power of foresight. If I do this and I have the consequences are negative, I would rather not do them than do them. Because that's the natural way that most people think a woman should think. There's this stereotype behind women in business. You must not be that way. You must ensure that you do not promote that ideology about women in business. So this means that you must work on your personal development so much that you're too good and you're not compared with a man. You are literally business partners. So in a room, they are not saying this is a woman, this is a man. They are business partners. You are radically negotiating because you've worked on your onions. You know what you're saying. You know what you're doing. There is results for what you're saying. So it's more than talk, it's about do. And I'm going to use this short example. To the glory of God, because God is my everything, and I say it unapologetically, to the glory of God, I did not become the CEO of Wurafadaka by marriage. There were results to show for it. So it's not something that, my husband just put that there. It's not. There's value. I provide so much value that my husband had to say, you have to be in this company. The solution is too much. I can't leave you out of it. That's how it must be. So mastery above sentiments. Number two, I'm going to say courage above perfection. We always want, and I'm talking to women, we always want to be perfect. If I don't do this, it's not perfect enough. It won't be good. Who said so? Where do you get the metrics for good? Is it what the word says? Our chairman was explaining how you take steps before you get to a particular destination. That's literally what success is about. Overcoming one trial of yesterday and moving to the next. So it is courage above perfection. As a woman in business, you must be courageous to take one crazy step. Now, does this mean you will not fail in that step? You might fail. Sorry to burst your bubble. You don't always win. But you must understand that even when you fail, you have resilience. You come back again. Your ability to come back again is your strength. And women are nurturers. It is something that is inbuilt. But we've not learned to use that unique power that God has given us. You must be able to nurture things. That's why you can give birth. It's a whole different ball game. You know what it means to carry a baby for 9 to 10 months? Do you think a man has that skill? I don't think so. But you can transfer that skill into your business. You just don't know how to do it. It's one thing to be good at something. It's another thing to do what you are good at. So many people know things, but they don't do what they know. I'm going to say that again. It's one thing to know something. It's another thing to do what you know. Are you doing what you know? You are a nurturer. Nurture your business. There's no time for sentiment. If you fail, dust yourself and go back again. Because you are a nurturer. It's an inbuilt strength that God has put in you. You've not just learned to use it or utilize it for your business. You are a nurturer. The last one I'm going to say as a mindset is value. Value. You must be extremely valuable. You must be extremely valuable. Value. You must ensure that when you're in the room, you profess so much value that you are not ignored. Value is what distinguishes you from everybody else. You are in a room of 10. What does Ade do that I know that Ade is good at? You might not call me for all other things, but when it comes to this, I will call Ade, because Ade is valuable in that aspect. You must be valuable. And let me just link it. I'm not sure if they said that I'm a relationship or marriage consultant in my bio, but yes, I am. So I'm going to link it to, this is not a marriage talk, but this is who I am. So I'm going to spare that and just give a tip so that it can help someone listening. Even in your relationship or in your marriage, beyond love, you must move to the angle of value. It's a different ball game. It's an entirely different ball game. Not just that he loves me, but he needs me. Why? I have become so problem solving. Are you problem solving in your relationship, in your business? Everything relates to value. So that's just the tip I wanted to add. I don't know who needed it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for bringing me back here again. Basically, when there is what they call, there is hunger. So there is, for example now, at some point, so I'm using, that's why the unique thing about me coaching you is the fact that I will use what has worked for me. I wouldn't tell you theory. I don't like theory at all. That's why I hardly listen to all these motivational speakers or teachers, whatever. Most of them don't even know what they are saying. They just need your attention, you know. So now, you see, I'm this kind of person that the way I built myself, you know, I've learned so much that when I've done something yesterday and it's amazing and everybody's shouting and all of that, immediately I start thinking of what next to do. So I am in a perpetual state of hunger. I hunger for more because I feel, I believe, and I think everybody should have that ideology. If one person can buy your product, can be attracted to you, there are about 1,000 of that kind of person. If you do your work or your due diligence, you attract them too. So we can't plateau. So the first thing is you having this hunger, the desire to do more. Always. It's just like getting married. And by the way, I've been married for almost 3 years now. Marriage is such a beautiful thing. that I will encourage you all. One of the things that added to my wealth was marriage. Not because she's from a wealthy family, no, but because of the addition. Truly, we are chasing 10,000. The word of God, I'm a Christian, so I must say the word of God is potent. They're not cunningly devised fables. They are quite potent. And so as a married man, I try to ensure that the love, because once you are familiar with something, you think everything should work automatically. No, you must put in effort. So I try to ensure that my wife enjoys the best of me every day. I'm telling the truth. I don't even, who am I speaking for? At least. So most of the time we go to church wearing the same outfit. So I'm just using this. That's why I'm saying I'm teaching from my heart. Wearing the same, for the past 3 years of marriage, we consistently wear the same outfit. When we started out, a lot of people say, because they're just married, it's still freaking them. Till now, we wear the same outfit. You know why? Because love is not something you just speak about. It's something you do. So and for you to do it, you have to build a structure that can enable you to keep doing it. So there's no way you are planning to go out, and you are planning to wear the same thing, and you will not talk. That alone has silenced all this undergrowth, unnecessary argument. It builds bonding. So what am I trying to say? When you know that you want to go far in business, you must cultivate certain habits of letting the past go with the past. After this masterclass, I'm doing something bigger than you can imagine. So this is not my result. The fact that I did this is a sign that I can do more. So in business, how you know when to grow is the fact that you've trained yourself to be hungry. So I made the outfit and I made 100 million. Or I planned 80 million and I earned 120 million. It means I can earn 200 million. I used to say the earlier the better. The moment you notice that you can make a lot of money, make as much as you can make. You don't know what is coming. Trust me, famine is always coming. And the wise ones are those that are prepared for the famine. So you see, now that people are saying there's no money, you are joking. Some people actually had the money, they are waiting for this period to spend it. So just show you that I have not been foolish. I've been saving my money, you've been spending yours. Now that things are hard, I will show you that I'm not foolish. So I want us to have that insatiable desire to wanting to do more till we die. We must hear it for our children. Trust me, 1,000 of yesterday is not the 1,000 of today. The value have reduced. So your update yesterday is definitely going to be outdated today. So always have that hunger to wanting to do more. In business, personal development, you can do more in your dressing. There's nothing like overlooking good. There's nothing like overbuilding. There's nothing like, no. After we are building in Delta, we are building in Warri, I'm going to build Wurafadaka in every state in Nigeria. I'm going to build Wurafadaka Fashion Institute because there are different bodies actually. There's Wurafadaka Network. Under Wurafadaka Network, we have different companies. So Wurafadaka Fashion is under Wurafadaka Network. Fashion Institute is under Wurafadaka. Business of Fashion is not under Wurafadaka Fashion Institute. It's under Wurafadaka. It's standing on its own. So why am I doing all of this? Because we are not resting. We are trying to expand. So you must have that desire. So your brand, I'm telling you, let me give you a tip. Do you know you don't need to have a physical branch in any state to say you have a branch in the state? All you need is a relationship in that state. When I mean relationship, I don't mean man or boy or girl, girlfriend. I mean you just need somebody you trust. Hello, how you doing? Okay, I need your address and I did these things, and that's the essence of, I have a book. I don't know if they brought it. You should buy the book, The Grand Capital Theory. I wrote capitals that can help your business, that you can use to grow your business without necessarily using financial capital. And these are the things I used. So your relationship can be a capital. We have a branch in Canada now, not because we use our money to build the branch. We went in partnership with a relationship we have built over time there. So what's the name of your branch, man? Your brand? Adeife. What's your name? Okay. you can see the consistency. So now, your brand name, you can have a branch in Abuja. Yes, all you need to do is, this tip is a masterclass under the Business of Fashion, the program. All you need to do is get someone that you trust. Look for someone that you can hire, that you can pay per work, not per month. We'll teach a lot of things. All right. So there's a way you can pay people, because some of you, you have a lot of things to do, you have a lot of places to go, but you are always thinking, how can I pay everybody's salary? You don't need to pay them per month. You can pay them per work. There's a way you can convince them and draw the contracts to pay per work. Most of my staff, I'm not paying them per month. We're paying them per job that they do. So, it's a way to just keep you in check so that you will not run at loss too. So now, you can message someone in Abuja that is your friend that is close and say, okay, can I use your address? I just want to announce that I'm in Abuja, that everybody can come to your place to pick up the outfit I'll send to you. Don't worry, you don't need to lift a finger. All you just need to do is make your space available for me to put my stuffs in. Then you liaise with a logistic partner in that state, and when anybody needs any order, you've sent it to that person's house. Maybe you are selling wig or anything, you send it to that person's house and they pick it. Lagos, Abuja, Ibadan, as far as you have somebody there that can deliver to them, you are in that city. So it's even important that you even use this strategy I'm using so that you will not waste your money. So you will know if that state is selling or not. Not that you have built a structure there and it's not now selling. So when you now see that there's a lot of order, you can use that order, the money, to get a space there. So I think I've helped you. Thank you.
Then I would say feedback. That's the number one. So whenever they order for an outfit and we make it according to their preference, I always ask for feedback. No matter how much negative or positive the feedback is. So the feedback is not necessarily because I want it to make me happy, but I want to ensure that I am meeting their taste. I want to ensure that the brand is solution-oriented, because there are people that have money and they just need you to solve their problem. If you're not solving their problem, they'll go to another person. So that's the importance of feedback. Number two, I'm gonna say incentives. So usually, most of the times, whenever people buy about 5 or 10 outfits, we always give them something. So it's beyond transactional relationship. You buy, I give you your own, you buy. It doesn't work that way, especially for especially for high-paying clients. These people have money, but they need to know that beyond transaction, you are actually after what they want to get. And that's where incentive comes in. We give incentives. If you buy above 5 outfits, there are incentives that come with it. Then number 3, I'm going to say honor. And this is, the chairman has spoken about it, so I'm just going to emphasize on it. Honor. No one rejects respect. It's very difficult. If you want to please someone, it is easier to penetrate through honor. So there are a number of people that we've gone to honor. They were not our clients before, but it was honor we got them to become our clients. And I think this is the part where young entrepreneurs are missing it. We are after money. I've had to deal with people that because they know that I'm Wurafadaka, they overhype their prices without value. That alone is dishonor. Because if I find out that you did that and the value does not commemorate with the price, I move to someone else. We are after money. We are not ready to give. You give one, you don't know when you collect 10. And the irony of it is that when you give, it might not come immediately, the reward. Now this is the part of delayed gratification that we are not used to. I want my reward now. I want it now. Life doesn't work that way. And in fact, business doesn't work that way. If you want to retain a high-paying client, if you want to have clients that are kings, we have kings that are clients. We have princes, we have presidents, we have nobles. And it's a privilege to be the one handling them. If you want to retain this set of people, the biggest one I'm going to say is honor. Give beyond receiving, beyond transactional relationship. In fact, give ahead. It's more like you're sowing a seed. Where the reward will come from, you don't know. You know, the Bible says that you would reap what you sow, not you will reap where you sow. So many times you think because I sowed in the life of Mr. A, I must reap from Mr. A. That's not how the strategy works. You reap what you sow, not necessarily where you sow. Thank you.
I see many companies that maybe based on the funding they have when starting their business, they just employed people that will just be sitting down without doing anything, and they get paid for that. They paid those staffs for that. So many paid, they employed without even checking, do we really need them? And I do say the best time to employ is the clearer the vision of the brand, the more you will need more people. For example, now you still have one sewing machine, or you have 2 sewing machines. Why are you employing 10 fashion designers? Even your shop cannot accommodate 4. Why are you employing 10? Now, before we are doing, let me just say, maybe let me say 5 years ago, we are saying we can deliver in 2 days, 3 days. Then you can have, let's say we have maybe 10 staffs, for example. Now, the moment the vision gets clearer and we say we are doing 24 hours, it means we have to employ times 3 of the number of staff we have before. Now we say we are doing less than 2 hours to produce an outfit. Nobody needs to tell us. That means we must have, if you are having like 30 before, we must have up to 60 on ground. So the clearer the vision, that's the sign to let you know that, okay, this is our next level, then let's employ more staff.
Wow.
Thank you. So what's the second question?
Yes, it's the same question. It was just an addendum. Thank you so much. Well, I like the fact that you mentioned, I mean, when I asked the question about hiring staff, I thought you were going to say, you know, look out for good people or stuff, this cliche thing that we always hear. But he took us through experience, he took us through the practicality of it, and that is great. Now, one thing that Mr. SOT Simiriti mentioned, I'm saying his name in full because I know that a lot of people are used to SOT, but you really need to register the name as well. So I wanted to mention that one of the things that he mentioned was the fact that everybody in Nigeria loves to be a CEO. In fact, I've been there. I just started voiceover stuff, so I already put CEO behind my name. It's such a good name to have. At some point, don't blame yourself. Motivational speakers, they did this to us. Aspire to perspire. We heard that a lot. So let me quickly go on to ask Mr. Simire. So what are the things that you would say to consider before diversifying or expanding?
So you start knowing what you are used to. I know that I can't sit on the sewing machine to sew because I'm kind of a sporadic thinker. So I will sew nonsense on the outfit, but I can think, I can just lock me up and give me food. I can build a brand for you. So that's what I'm good at. So I can't do that on the sewing machine because I'll be lost in thought. So I know that. That's why I didn't bother to go and learn. Some of you are forcing yourself into where yourself cannot fit. Just find what you are good at and leverage on it. That's why it's your strength. Look for someone that has your weakness and look for someone that has your strength. Collaborate. You can't, like you said, you do not. I'm looking forward to a company and I'm looking forward to working with. I was telling my staff one time, I said, my plan in the next 2-3 years is that our staff come with their cars to the office. I think I've spoken to some of them a time like that, many times actually. I had to encourage them to start dressing so well. You don't necessarily need to dress like you're suffering. You're not suffering, you're actually earning. The money you are earning is more than what many governments, whatever, even bankers are earning. So why can't you look good? So the question you asked, you said when diversifying and all of that. It is important to note that it is sweet to diversify once you have a target audience. An already established, if you don't have, I think I told you, good. You don't try it. You will, the card you are supposed to play in the next 2 years, that is a multi-billion-dollar card, you can waste it now. And because you feel you failed, you think the card is useless. You will not be able to use it again. So you don't diversify when you don't have an already, let us sink into you. So before thinking diversification, you want to sell clothes, then you want to sell chains, this, that. Do you have a target audience that you just need to add? They'll just buy it as a supplementary product. So people now come to Wurafadaka and we make suits for them and they say, what shoe do you think will match this shoe? They are the one asking for it. So we started buying shoes for people. Now, from next week, we've ordered for over 100 shoes to sell. So at that time, I'm not diversifying because I feel like, no, I've created a demand for it. There's a target audience. So it's easy for me to sell the shoe ASAP. You shouldn't be having a lot of products on your shelves and not saying you should be bothered. Because humans are supposed to consume those products. Why aren't you seeing people? Item 7, the CEO is my friend, and why do you think they have not started doing eba and amala and all of that? A lot of people have been, if I was the one, I'm having they have plans. And trust me, their plan is more than eba and amala and whatever. You see, the jollof rice is, don't worry. So what I'm trying to tell you is that have a target audience. Convince your target audience. Immediately, you can double your revenue. Once you have a solid target audience, put anything on ground, they will buy it. They will trust you automatically. So our shoe, an average shoe that, let's say we got 50,000, we sell them 200,000. And they buy because they trust that we advise that you don't wear a loafer, an open loafer shoe on a suit. You don't wear a laced shoe on agbada. And I've seen a lot of fashion designers doing that blatant error. When I mean open loafer, like all this obvious loafer that is supposed to be for kaftan, there are loafers for suits. Standard, they used to have normal sole and everything, but it's just, it doesn't have lace. Now there's the one for kaftan. It's longer, the mouth is sharper like this. You don't wear it for shoot, your leg will now look like whatever. So because we have advised them, so I remember recently one guy that did wedding, this prestige guy, he had to call me that he's confused which shoe would he wear. I said, and he snapped the shoe that they wanted to buy for him. I was like, you can't wear this for your wedding. This not, and it was very expensive. So I had to tell him, come over. I took him to the place to buy it, and he trusted me, and he bought even two. So this is how you get your audience first. Get them to like. See, from now on, that's your project. Get people to like you. That's your project, your audience. Get them, if they are doing, some of you, your clients gave birth, you cannot send gifts. You see, this is how it is. Once your hand is like this, you cannot receive anything. You have to be a sporadic. Wurafadaka can give. Like it's normal in our company. You just see, once you impress me, because one of my principles is that when I see somebody that does something bad, I stand against it and I talk to you, this is bad. When I see you do good, I will reward you for the good. The problem is that we see people do good, we don't reward them. We see people do bad, we shout. You see a bus driver that drives you around and he wouldn't disturb you and say, how much? And he will on the AC without you asking, and you will give him the same amount on the boat. And you will now see the one that his car is rickety, whatever, and you'll be shouting, they're shaking it. When you saw the good one, did you reward him? So you must learn to reward those people that have been good where you've seen bad people. It could even be a secretary or even a gateman that responded to you politely, and because you've seen people that are rude. There's nothing, you must be open, you must be willing. That's one of the attributes of a successful businessman. You must be willing to give, you must be willing to volunteer. Most of the events in Kwara State, we give the people that are hosting the event. That's how we sponsor. And when we sponsor like that, they give us access that even people that pay 10 million don't have. As much as that money, that clothes is, they see it as honor than the cash. So I'm not saying give people money. You can give them, you know how to sew that clothes to be cheap. You can give them the outfit. When people come to Wurafadaka and they come with a baby, once is a rule in Wurafadaka, we don't collect money for babies. So once you are the father, so most people will now come, I want to sew for a child. Oh, we don't sew for the child. We don't bill for the child. The child's outfit is free if the father orders. See that strategy? So do you know how many fathers order because they want the child to get? So anybody that just comes, just say, oh, even if it's 2 outfits, we make it for free. 2 outfits, you make the father make 2 outfits. We'll give your child 2 outfits as far as you have a baby. So those are the things. The person is going somewhere. Your client wants to do a program. That's what you should be thinking. I'm telling you, your client can just mention your name in one place and boom. See, you are just sometimes one person away to your major investor. One person away. So I want you to learn. So I've moved. You have to ensure that you have target audience. Okay, what I was teaching was ensure that they enjoy you. Let your audience love you. But when you are a lady, you have to be careful because most men misinterpret it. So what my wife does most of the time is she connects more to the wife of the husband. That is the client. And you know, once your talk reach bedroom, you are their client, you are theirs for life. So because she doesn't want it, because you don't know the kind of man, the man might be lacking love at home. So any woman that is nice to him, he might just feel that, oh, he likes me. So he tries to connect more to his wisdom to the wife. So the wife, even if he doesn't want to come and so, he penalty rush. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how you make sure that they like you. Then once you get a good client, diversification is the best thing. I'm still going to sell bread. Yeah. Right now we are working on our laundry service. Why? We have a client that we are telling that, because if you buy our outfit now, there's a manual in the outfit that shows how you must wash that outfit. We created the manual and everything, how you must wash a silk, the kind of water, how you will put it. We wrote it, we copied it online. This thing is not far-fetched. And if you, how much is that thing? I think 100 of that thing is not more than 20,000. When we put it in their client, they feel, I'll say, deliberately, please, not that it's really, how many of you have read the manual of what you bought? Not that they will read it. We now say, please, sir, we don't want your clients to spoil this expensive fabric. I'll be your laundry person. Please, let him read this to understand how to take care. You will see it in their face that, reassure, no. You've entered their mind. So you must play this emotional game a lot with them. So when you put the card, what we are depositing for them is that we are opening a laundry service soon. So we are already advertising. The best way to advertise is indirect advertisement. Where you don't, if normally you are going to Taiwo or anywhere they sell and you see many Igbos. Once you see him, once your eyes lock, you know that he's going to call you, even though you want to buy, but you are don't stress me. So an average man does not like it when they see you and buy. Oh yeah, come and collect. No, sometimes change pattern. He's doing a program. Oh wow, even if it's a message. I wish you all the best in this program, this event. We root for you. You are doing great things. That's how to support too. So you must learn to put this. So once you've gotten that client, sell any other thing. That client will buy. I think I've answered that. Thank you.
Question here says, this is directed at Mrs. Ade, and I'm asking her because, of course, she's a certified relationship coach. So this says, I got engaged this year. Congratulations on your engagement. And it says, and we'll be getting married next year. And she says she's relocating to the USA with her spouse.
Thank you.
She's asking, what structures can she put in place to flourish in a competitive environment, and how to spend business money properly? Now, I apologize, I will not be able to take more than one question. I take it that whatever question you put first is the most important because of time. So I'm only taking just one question. What structure can she put in place to flourish in a competitive environment? Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so firstly, the question is incomplete, but I'm going to say what I picked from the question. Now, it's either you flourish in that competitive environment in diaspora or in Nigeria. So is it in diaspora or is it in Nigeria? So if it's in diaspora, if it's abroad, you have to do what they need. Like Wurafadaka now, when we relocated about 5 years ago to Europe, we had to change our products from the kaftan, the king t-shirts to sweatshirts, hoodies, because that was what they needed. The weather is so cold that you can't wear kaftan. So what's the essence of doing what they don't need? So we had to switch the product. So if you're going to diaspora, you have to change your products. If you want to sell there, sell what they need. If you want to still sell in Nigeria, sell what they need in Nigeria. But ensure that wherever you are, be it abroad or Nigeria, you are catering for their needs. So you cannot sell what they need in Nigeria and sell it abroad. You won't necessarily get that target audience. So sell what they need. You can change it to hoodie. You can liaise. I think business is about collaboration. And I think most times we are scared of collaborating. So many times you're not the designer. You just need to have a contract, an agreement with a designer in Nigeria. The person is sewing for you. You are selling in Europe or in US. But we want to do every single thing ourselves. And it doesn't work that way. So you can liaise for partnership. Someone can still be making the outfits. Thank you, sir. Someone can still be making the outfits for you here in Nigeria. It might even be a fashion brand. We always think we must have a Moshe. I must have almost share someone that I can control. It doesn't work that way. So you can liaise with a fashion brand, an already made fashion brand. Okay, now I have so and so what's the MOU? If you're making bulk outfits for me, have partnership. And besides in partnership, there's contracts. So partnership is not about emotions. Oh, I think it's my sister that makes clothes in Nigeria. I'll just tell her to be doing it for me. One day you just find out that she will disappoint you. Why? There is no contracts. I don't know why Nigerians are not used to contracts. I don't really know the issue. We are scared of contracts. And we want the nation to grow, and we are not used to formal structuring of things. So back to what I was saying, have a contract with a partner in Nigeria, in Africa. The person is sewing for you, giving you at a lesser price, of course, because you're doing bulk purchase, and you are selling it there in Europe or wherever you are. I hope I was able to answer that question.
So I love the fact that you mentioned about, collaboration and all of that. And I hope you know that somebody here could have made a mistake, but for that information, do we know? I mean, she could have said, I'm relocating. Whoever that asked that question, I'm relocating, and then I'm closing it all down, and then she goes off, and that's it. But because this information was made available, she's making an informed decision moving forward. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Sijesuni. Thank you so much, Mr. Bayo. Okay, let's quickly move forward for just a bit. I was going to say, okay, so this is Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, please rise. So in case you want to, register for the business of fashion class that is coming up next year, do well to see Mr. Collins for whatever, pack you're going for, the beginners, the scalers, and the expanders, whatever it is. Thank you so much. Mr. Collins will be outside, and please, you can just do that orderly. All right, let's move on very quickly. So this question is quite tricky, but I'm definitely going to ask. This one says, I'm a medical personnel, and I started making medical wears a few months ago, and it's growing. But I want to ask if I can combine it with corporate wears or just stick to medical wears, knowing that it is only applicable to medical staff or practitioners. Now, based on my discretion, I take it that Mr. Simiria has answered this question. Do we agree?
Yes. You must learn to brainstorm. So when you brainstorm, there is no way you wouldn't see a problem. Sometimes the problem is standing right in front of you. So you must just brainstorm, and actually the problems are much. See, the problem can be there is no suit designer in this vicinity. That's how Wurafadaka, one of the reasons why, if you remember our first billboard, it was suits. If you remember well, those that's following us, we did suits. I and my wife, one white suit like this that has whatever, is a popular one. Why? Because most of the tailors here are traditional. For us to penetrate, and guess what? As at the time when we were doing the suit, we didn't have the full capacity for suits, but that was a means to get the attraction of people, because we discovered that the moment you are doing what they've not seen before, they will come and ask you for what they are used to. Yes. What you just did is you diverted their attention. I'm teaching you marketing cash course like that. So you don't, once you know that you are in a vicinity, you don't advertise what everybody has been advertising. You go different. All you need is their attention. So eventually for that year, we got more orders on kaftans. But because, you suits, they just felt like, who are these new set of guys? Instead of putting kaftan, it's just recently, we just now put agbada or something on the billboards. So you must learn to look at what, it can be a female, there's no strong female, where it can be a buyer. It can be, okay, there's no something, a buyer is very expensive for those bringing it from maybe Saudi Arabia or whatever. Can I make something excellent and quite affordable? You understand? For example, now, most people buy suits from us that are living abroad, because for this kind of suit that I'm wearing, without exaggeration, is about, with my experience abroad, it's about 2,000 to 2,500 euros. But when they buy it in Nigeria and I bid it for them 400,000, I'm saving them. I'm like, they are Messiah. 400,000, how much is the fabric? It's much. I mean, if it's not much for you, you should be teaching me. So 400,000 is a lot. So, but because I'm now saving them, so I deliberately now went to go and hunt for wool fabrics, because that's what they wear there abroad, because they are my new set of audience for suits. I can't be sewing the same suit that you can enter one place and go and buy the plain black suit. But when you need a plain black, I still have a plain black. So I had to look for what they need the most. So now I'm going to release some collections very soon. It's going to be a full coat suit, long down. Nobody's wearing it in Nigeria. I'm not selling it for Nigerians. I'm selling it for those abroad. because they know how much it is there. They are willing to buy it for 500,000 naira here because it's expensive over there. So look, I just gave you examples. So your audience do not necessarily need to be in Nigeria. It can be in Australia, where you target their. I think one of the things you need to do, I would just beg some of you for those that did not qualify for this, when you have the money, for the Masterclass, the academy actually, it's a business or fashion academy. It's only business or fashion that we teach there. Try, because it will teach you how to, what do they call it? There's one thing there's a particular marketing, it's called ads marketing, using Facebook ads. So there's a way we do it. We spend a lot of money on ads per day. Per day. I don't want to say how much we spend. We know how to niche down and control the fashion waves of a particular. We had to learn it. We had to hire somebody in Kano. You know the person. Daniel. You know Daniel? What's his surname? Adepoju Daniel. Yes. Aha. This is the one in charge of our ads. We had to, from Kano, he will target UK community, niche it down to the environment in that community that has the money to pay and has more engagement. Like they do parties. He will niche it down. It's not that you just do ads sporadically. No. Even in Lorry here, even in Lagos, when we do ads, we target Maryland, Lekki, whatever. It doesn't need to show none of that. The place that they will niche it down to that area that they do parties the most. So these are the things that will teach you. So there's a way you should not make blind publicity. Because I say you do publicity does not mean you just throw it out. No. You are able to structure your publicity and fix it to a particular people that those people, when they wake up, is you they will see all the time. So I think I've been able to, I've forgotten the question they asked. Actually, I know that they said, what was the question again?
Yeah, you not answered the part about dealing with emotions, client emotions.
Okay.
Niching down,
okay, I've told you about niching down already. I've told you about target audience already. Emotion, I already told you that one. Is value. What do you have that how fast can you build a corset? Have you seen? That's a problem. You know what? One lady was commenting on Roche. I used to read Roche's blog so much. Not that he's a blogger. I used to read his blog so much. I posted something about Wait and Get. One lady now said it's not possible for a female. He now said mindset. He just said mindset. I said, who told you that all females must wear corsets? I didn't know that wears that you can make within 1 hour. You know the funny part of it, fashion designers, these 24 hours I'm talking about, most of you, when the client is on your neck, you make it in 2 hours. Yes. And yet, you allowed me to just trample on it. But me, I just took it as a problem and I blew the trumpet. That's what I just did. It's the same problem. So we can identify the same problem. It's the person that can shout past. Because I know some people that can do 24 hours. I know. But did not see it as a normal. Should I break your bubbles? Most of the clients we have that we get, just 30% actually come for the 24 hours. The remaining 70%. Sometimes they will pay for the clothes they need in December. They will pay it in October. It's just that, he can deliver and he's not going to disappoint. That's all I need. It's just trust. They saw it that speed. So eventually, I'm not even making, I'm not running. Some come 24 hours. Most, not 24 hours. It's a marketing strategy. So that's why I say you market value. So can you make a corset in 24 hours? How to make it? Can you get your team together? See, you will make money faster when you are providing value and you work with the best team. Some of you here, what you need to do after now, you must do networking. You don't need any CEO. You just need co-founder. We can be 4 co-founders, all of us. As far as there is, what my wife mentioned, as far as there is contract, there should be MOU. This is, as the 3 of them are in partners, we have binding contract. This is your, this is your, this is your, this is our jurisdiction. So you must, every staff in Wurafadaka has a contract. Like a 3-page contract. You will read it. Do you understand? I don't want to hear story. So that's what you do. So you can gather yourself and build the fastest corset making company. Are you after your personal aggrandizement, that is ambition, or you're after actually making good money? Then make the money and go and do your ambition. Let the vision that is after you answer somebody's problem, let it fund your own ambition. Gather yourself. That's what some of you, in fact, if you can do suit here, come, let's work together. This one will pay you well. I'm already advertising vacancy for suit designs. If you can do, I know that it's stressful. Some of you are not destined to run a business, but you can work with. Mr. Bayo is an example. He's an entrepreneur. Do you know who an entrepreneur is? Yes. Aha, you know. In case, for those that don't know, somebody that is working for a company but has his own company. He has an oil and gas company in Ilorin. Aha, see? And he's the general manager. You think they are just paying him salary. He has an oil and gas in Ilorin that is even opened the second branch, maybe this month or next month. So, inside the company, so you are the one that I don't know what you are thinking. That in Ilorin here, that's why people are ordering from Lagos. They did not care that I was in Ilorin. I'm telling you that many people, when they want to order, that's when they know that there is Ilorin in Nigeria. I'm telling you the truth. They will say, Ilorin, where is it? I have to show. When we now show them our ambience and they see our track record, they believe and they send money. So please, if you know that you are good and you are not really good for even what I'm teaching you, discover is entering here and is look for someone that is entering here and is swallowing it and say, I know that you are destined for this. I'm also very skilled. Can we work together? If you can build that community in Ilorin, I don't know what except you don't have, like I said, before you join anybody, have MOU and sign it, and don't just sign it for signing's sake. If you can put a lawyer there or something, or stamp it with something to know that this is how it, when the profit comes, this is profit, this is how we do our profit sharing. So please put the value on the table, but for you to get the value, I've already told you, go and do your research. Get the research. You can make babies wear. It's very expensive. Babies wear. It's when I give birth and I know that I should baby want to wear. And I'm like, how many qualified babies wear designers do we have in Nigeria? You can do it, then you will blow your trumpet, your shofar. So I think I've been able to answer that question. Value. So for you to get the value, please go and research. If you notice that your head cannot contain it, look for somebody that whatever and give yourself long term. Not that you want to work in a place and you want to make 10 million in a year. It doesn't work like that. So you grow with the person, and don't work with an addict cheater. You know that person cheats a lot. Don't be foolish. Don't be like all this Korean movie that you'll see someone and they'll enter. I'm watching one very annoying one currently, but you will see something and they will be entering and say, this person is wicked, and you're still working with the person until they kill you. I'm not saying that, but someone that has integrity and a track record and credit, work with the person, get value together, and let's round off.
Wow, it's such a privilege. Another thing that's a key element of the Business of Fashion Academy is the fact that you would also, learn to use innovation and technology. Now we understand that there is a future in the fashion industry, and you would agree with me that Wurafadaka has also been able to. You will also be able to, harness what the technology space will do in the fashion industry, and also having to go into the academy will give you a global perspective about your business. I mean, it's a privilege that you get to, collaborate with international fashion brands, and that's really major. Thank you so much, SOT. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ade. Thank you so much, Mr. Bayo. So let's quickly have this very next question, and then we wrap up with this by 2:45, right? Okay, so let's quickly go on. Mr. Bayo, please explain to us, how do you solve the challenges around recruiting personnel for your fashion business that will deliver excellently?
Many times when you want to employ fashion designers, let me say 95 might not be in the standard you want them. Your ability to train them to your taste, and you can't train someone that is not willing to be trained. So during conversation, you have to let them. We have some that they came for, they passed the practical, interview. During the practical interview, some said they want to go and buy something, and they left it, they ran away. Just of reasons. Even left the scissors, left everything, and did not come back. So now what am I trying to say is just that your ability to train them to your taste. And you that want to train someone, what do you know? You must understand the excellence of how you want your outfit to be. Because most of them now, they might have 18 years experience than you are 10 years or 5 years or 4 years. So your ability to be able to let them know that you understand more than, because many fashion designers or skilled persons are very lazy. They don't want a very busy environment. They want where you just give them job and they will say, oh guys, you finish next year. That's what they want. But once you are standard, at our place, we'll give you time. You have target of outfit to make in a day. Once you don't make it, it's nothing like you are going no. Once you don't make it, another person complete it, the next person that complete it get the payment. So it is a rule and you signed for it. As she has rightly said, there is a document for every staff. You can't just decide and say, tomorrow I'm leaving. No, you've signed for something. You must follow the contract strictly.
You guys are lucky. I don't know what, maybe you are in a season, I'm in a season of outpouring. So God is about to refill me with more, so I'm letting go of the ones I know already. So now, what he said, because the two of them are very strict. The way they handle our staff hardly leave us. We train them, we love them, we honor them actually, and we give them rewards like when they do well, increase their salary and all of that. But one thing that we know that we've done, and how many of you here, as your staff just left you suddenly without telling you, it will not just come to work, and then you will call him, we don't say he's sick or something has happened. It doesn't happen with us. Why? I'm teaching you our cost strategy. They're supposed to give me money for this thing. So one of the things we did is she was the one that brought the idea, and that's why we brought her inside the company. When it comes to we brought her, he has a company. Now she's double. She had to look for a manager for that company now because we needed her in this one that is growing fast. What we do is we tell you we are paying you. Some of them are here, so we are paying you. We are paying you a particular money monthly, right? So there is savings you have. We'll be saving is compulsory. We have some people that left the company that they say they don't want because they don't want us to remove the savings. So no, the savings is compulsory. So because that's where your heart is, the money. And where a man's heart is, you can control him from that angle. So what we do is that's savings. So in the contract it reads, if you do not inform us 30 days before you resign, the savings is up. So consistently they will come and say, next month, I'm going. We will now hire someone that he will now train. But he will not spoil our system. Wow. So some of you have consistent, they will break your heart, you will go in. See, if something is happening to you over and over again, check now. Check that this should not be. So how much is contract? Just go online, get the template, whatever. Sign and the signs and read it and understand the template. These things are very easy, but of course it's exposure that. So you've gotten the exposure that I suffer on that snow to get. You just got it because I learned it abroad. They don't care who you are. No matter how small the work is, you will sign. You will sign like this that you are going to use your life and you are okay with it. And you will sign it. So I think what he said is very good, and we must be willing to train. Most of our staff were not the rate at which they are working, and that's not the rate at which they came. What makes a leader great is that ability to turn weak people to strong people. Like the problem you are having that you are looking at me is that you are looking for an expert. Experts are CEOs. You that you are expert, you can go and work. And so now, most experts have their own companies. So if you are waiting for experts, you will not see, but you can train those that are willing, that you know when somebody sews a kaftan and does the blanket and the piping and the pockets, you know that, okay, this one can be trained. And you're asking that, okay, for the next 2 weeks, no salary, they just come in to come and see how we are doing it and get used to it. Then that's all. And he says, yes, that's all. Then we train them and they become experts. That we want. So that's what I must put that in your head. You train people to become your kind of expert. Not that you are waiting for one expert to come and pay you 10 million naira per month. So I think you have any other thing to say, sir?
You must create systems to let them see that you love them. Some of them might not even have transport to come to work. You must make sure that you create a system that they see you play your parts.
Yes, sir.
Because how can your staff be working, coming from all the... Now, if you pay the person's salary and the person spends it finished, that's his own problem. But someone that maybe it's 2 days or 3 days to pay salary and the person is transport fare, at least he has worked for something on grant, then pay him little, so that at least for those 3 days or 4 days or 5 days, the person can still keep coming. So that person will know, this person truly shows some love for me.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you so much. These are valuable secrets and valuable insights. Amazing. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Mr. SOT. So let's quickly go on. Now, this question, I find it very... At first, I was going not to skip it, and I had my reasons, but let me just go through it. And I think I'll give you 2 advice, right? And afterwards, I'm hoping that you would get it. Now, this one says, I'm very grateful for this Business of Fashion Masterclass by Wurafadaka. The thing is, I learned fashion design from a very good fashion designer in my area. I live at Mowe, Ogun State. And the thing is that my boss sews very well, but she believes publicity is doing too much. Like, she doesn't post online and publicize her brand online because she believes in village people and that they will come for her. And this has affected everyone that has learned from her, and all the apprentices and those who have learned from her keep their heads low. I mean very low. You can tell from this person's writing that it's important to him. I mean, this is something that is touching to the person. It says, because of the mindset she has passed down to those who have learned from her. This has affected us in so many ways, to the extent that I am shy to tell people about myself, that I am a fashion designer. And it has also caused me low self-esteem. I feel so inferior talking to people that I am a fashion designer, and also being in the mindset of other fashion designers. So the thing is, what can you give as a solution to me, because I don't like the state that I am in presently? Sir.
The person should see my wife. My wife is very good at that angle. She can help you. If you are a Muslim or a Christian, if you are okay, she can lay hands on you, because number one, you need to be delivered from that mindset. Because it's a mindset, it's a limiting mindset. So what it will do to you is that you will not even, beyond fashion, if you leave fashion today, any other thing you do, it will follow you around. So one of the things I want you to know is that that's a lie. Do you know how many wicked people we have in the world today? And do you know how long they live? Most wicked people, people used to say when we were coming back to Nigeria, that was when kidnapping was more. So people were saying, they will kidnap you, they will kidnap. In my mind, I said, Roche said they did not kidnap him. I can mention like all the people around me did not kidnap him. Celebrities will be walking on the road, jogging. Did not carry him. Who are those they are carrying? It's a mindset. So I just had the mindset, they can't carry me. So you need to understand the fact that, and again, what is your motivation? Your motivation is key. One of my motivations when I was younger, I'm still young, I'm just 30, but when I was growing in business, was I want my child and my wife, I want them to enjoy what a good life is. You can be a good husband. If you don't have money, there are limits to what you can do. I'm telling you, I know that love is true, love is true, love is true. You can't stay in poverty for 5 years straight. Your mind towards love, it will. So my motivation was my children, my wife, and my parents, that okay, I'm going to help them out of this state. So even if I am down, when I remember that, what will you tell your wife? What will you tell your child? That there's no school fees. What they told you. When I was throughout years 1 to 3, they were calling me out for school fees consistently. The whole of assembly, and they will call me out. They flogged me because of school fees. Maybe they will let me to go. They will say, you are always doing it. Maybe he's flogging. They flogged me. I couldn't pay. So I saw that trauma and the traumatic experience, and I don't want my children. So that's a motivation. I think you need to get a motivation, even beyond the prayers. It's like someone that is suffering from addiction. You say, I'll not watch pornography again, I'll not sleep with people again, I'll not do this, I'll not steal again. Your cup is empty, right? Guess what? If you don't fill that cup with something else, you will do that thing again. So you have to fill your mind back. You need to have a motivation. Whoever the person is, see my wife after, if you can permit the person. So now, this is the issue. When I'm in church, pastor will call one problem, one person, before you know it, 5 people will come out. So is this one person that should see my wife? So my wife will tell you something, because I think she has been in that route at a time, sometime here, and she was delivered from it completely, where you need to shine. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can kill you. Trust me, nothing can kill you. I know what I'm saying. Especially when you have the backup of the Almighty God. So see my wife and any other person that is scared of big things here, the only thing you should go and do for now, don't go for any masterclass. Go for a mind transformation class. Consistently. I'm giving you that for the next 1 year. Go and just be hearing big things. Big things. There was a time, I remember I told when I was living in Abeokuta was limiting me. And I used the rain money to go to Lekki. And I dropped at Lekki phase 1 and I was trekking with my younger brother. and I was looking at houses, and I was telling myself, somebody build this, I'll build my own. So that was after I served, though. NYC. After I served, I was saying, somebody build this, I'll build my own. I had to go and transform my mind. That's why sometimes I told you I will go to, you have to do that thing, you have to book flights. I think some of you, when you have booked your flight, snap the flight ticket and send it to me that I did it, sir. It's a testimony. Some of you need to go to some hotels, very expensive. There's one here, Signature, I've used it. Fantastic. It's one of the best hotels I've seen in Nigeria. This Signature Hotel. I used it one time like this recently. Fantastic. It's Europe standard. Like I was shocked that something like that is in Ilorin. Some of you just need to go there and buy bottled water. They will not send you as far as you buy something. Even if the bottled water is 2,000. Buy it, take your book and be reading there. Just to feel, get away from that Sanrab, Tanke, Isale, do whatever. Get away from that side. You might not, sometimes if you have the money, relocate. I'm telling you, this is what, I'm close to item 7. When they were growing, this is what the manager, the CEO did. He relocated all of them from that remote area and put them in GRA. He said, I'm building a business. I have a team. I know that their mind has a lot to speak about. He said, I have to invest in their minds. So you take, why do you think our place, this space, we are working on it every time? Because the people that are working with us, if they go and work somewhere else, they will feel the difference. Like somewhere that is lesser. They will just say that they cannot stay in. They will be thinking they are proud. No, their mind cannot accept it again. And some of you are like this. You cannot wear a Akube shirt again. No matter what, you just feel like, some people, there are some shoes you cannot dare to wear. You were wearing it one time. It's not that you grew bigger. It's your mind. Your mind, someone like me, I cannot go by road again. It's not pride. It's not pride. It saves time and it saves life. The last time I did the mistake again, for 6 years, I didn't go by road. And I decided to go last 2 weeks to one program in Ibadan. Because I wanted to save those people money. Instead of going to Lagos and they'll take me to Ibadan, flights, whatever. I said I should go. They didn't give me heads up of what is on the road. My head was just aching me. I went back to my promise. That it's because they don't have airports in Ibadan. So sometimes your man, and this was the boy that in 2019, he had no interplane. All of a sudden, he cannot go by. No matter how much the plane is, I'm buying the ticket. It's a mindset. Sometimes you will use your last money to buy some things that people will say you are foolish. I say, no, it's my mind I'm investing in. You cannot understand. Because still, to go back dancing, mind alone saver. So I need you to invest in your mind, whoever the person is. Invest in your mind. I wish I can be having direct, I should be checking up on all of that. That's why I said that certificate. And get in a place that you can see that the moment you are thinking low, just look at it. To remember my voice, that don't play, especially if you are skilled. I hate when I see skilled people ending under whatever. I called one of my staff recently. He's here. I looked at his diligence. I looked at his skin. He's a graduate. I saw his humility. We just gave him a contract recently. And whatever, and increase his money. I just told my wife that this guy's diligence is out of this world. Because many of you that are graduates, you cannot do anything again. Because you have certificates. I don't know where my certificate is. Do you know you can do for organizing job and brand it? And you will have, I'm giving somebody this idea, if you have it. And you will have vulcanizing machines. And you will sew uniform for the people that you will put there. And you can put a table for coffee. That's when the people come and create that branch, small, in every location. Like that, you can earn $1 million daily. The problem is you are looking at those small things. You know you can open an akara and bread shop and brand it well. And have branches small like item 7. It's a concept of expansion. It works for business. So I need you to go and expand your mind. I don't want to see you smaller than this. When you are on your post, some of you, if I check your Instagram page, I can't buy. You will not post. When you post, I will go and see the dates. Or you don't have to check that. When they want to buy from you, they look at the last time my wife does that a lot. When was the last time you posted? You are not serious in business. You will run away with the money. You post, because now we are in a social media world. There's something like I'm not social media savvy. You think I am social media savvy? I had to go and learn how to edit reels and everything. So please expose your mind, subject yourself to mind transformation ASAP before you take that ideology and transfer it to your children, that person that I'm talking to, and every other person. So please, free to explode, free to make it in life. Don't let anybody restrict you. Thank you.
Thank you. You can create a catalog on Canva. These things are not difficult. It's just about openness to learn. You must be able to do things. When you do things consistently, you get good at them. So you don't necessarily even need to have a website at the start of your fashion brand. We see many people doing this. The first thing you want to do is to open a website. Do you even have the target audience? And we're in Nigeria where we have trust issues. They will rather communicate with you on WhatsApp than buy on websites. They just feel it's not real. It's not real. It's just a Nigerian problem. And you know that those are your target audience, Nigerians mainly. So what's the essence of opening a website? Why not do a catalog on Canva? It's something very easy. You can give a graphic designer to create a catalog for you, something. You can, like I said, I'm still linking it back to collaboration. You might not have to pay the person doing it. I remember that there was a certain time the chairman at the start of the business was paying people with clothes. So we had a graphics designer those years that we couldn't pay because the brand was still growing at that time. So what did we do? We decided to pay the person with outfits. So if you do so and so graphics, we will give you this number of outfits. We are both earning. It's a win-win. So when it has to do with catalog, it's either you go on Canva. If you know that you cannot, then collaborate. Somebody can do it for you. You just need to learn how to negotiate. And don't be scared of negotiations. It's either they say yes or they say no. And no means next option. Who is the next? Let's go to the next. So I think most people are always scared of hearing the word no. If you hear the word no, it means maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I failed in life. That's not true. In fact, it strengthens you to go further to another person to collaborate. So either use the Canva or other platforms or collaborate. I hope I've been able to answer that person.
So the last question says, thank you for the opportunity, sir. What advice do you have for someone who majorly wants to focus on career but will also like to have our own fashion house?
That's collaboration too. You must learn to, so you will pay me back in future, I'm very sure, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll collect my money. So, you must, that's very fantastic. You can merge both, but you don't need to be present. You need to build a system. That's one of the things that I am doing. That's one of the things that is giving rest. This week, I'm the one taking care of my baby. I'm the one bathing her. It's my shift. So I bathe her, feed her, change her diaper, everything, every morning. I can do that because I have a system. I can have time for my family, as young as I am, because I've built a system that functions without my presence. And it's human beings, not robots. For you to get gift of men, you must position yourself to be a gift to them first. You want good people. Are you good to people? You want to help people. Or you want people to help you. How many people have you? Some of you are waiting for funding of $1 million, and somebody is looking up for you for a funding of 20,000, and you've not given the person. Or you don't know. I was telling the manager, I said, you have a luxury brand, and you have not visited the luxury companies in Ilorin. So if you have that mindset that you want to save, and everybody have that mindset, who will patronize you? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to have that mindset of growing genuine people around you. You will know. And when you want to grow, this was when I left Nigeria. A lot of people were asking, how are you going to run the company? Nobody's in Nigeria. He was in Nigeria. The little time I spent with him, I was genuine with him, and my heart was open to his weaknesses. That's one of the things. Some of you have to be open, but that weakness part, once you see it, you are angry, you scatter everywhere, you betray me. No, I'm not saying weaknesses that kill. But there are some weaknesses, like some of you don't want. My manager has never stolen one dime. In fact, his accountability level for the past 7 years has been so much that I used to say, data. I know. And do you know what? I didn't pay him for 6 years. He did not collect salary while I was abroad, and he was working his head out. Now, he owns 30% of the whole company, equity. He did not earn it through dropping money. He earned it through loyalty. Loyalty is a capital too. And for you to earn loyalty, you are not even loyal to your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You have to earn loyalty. This thing is spiritual. That's why I was told that one of the richest men in Nigeria used to import from a reliable source, import prayer people from Saudi Arabia, about 100 of them. And he will host them under his house, like he has a prayer room, and they will pray for a month and he'll be feeding them there. He now comes out with the idea, you want to overtake him. You just wake up from the bed, say, you cannot meet up with him. So wealth is spiritual in many senses. If it's not, then there's no way Babalawo will find a way to make you have money. It's because it's spiritual. So you must learn, the person that wants to merge career, invest in people, even all of you, invest in yours. That's why after, meet the person that is from Ibadan. That might be the person that will help you with your Ibadan branch. I think with the way I've spoken, you should know that opening branch should not be a problem again from today. After now, you should just go and put Lokoja, we are here. You understand? So, but for you to do that, you yourself, are you good to people? Help people. So I know I was with my manager, I was pouring. It was not only him. There are several of them. Now, all over the world, wherever they are, I call like this, they answer. My graphics designer, our current graphic designer, was a guy that the Lord led me to open a mentorship platform for teenagers in 2020. And I was mentoring them with my heart, teaching them business, teaching them spirituality, marriage, with my heart. Young people, 2020 till now, how many years? 4. Most of them were 16, 17, 18. Do you know what their years now? Now, guess what? Our head of operations, no, not head of operations, what's that? Admin, was from that group, a teenager from that group. She grew and became a mighty woman. She's working for us, collecting salary. Assistant from that group is working for us, collecting salary. Graphic designer from that group, website from that same. I never knew that they were going to turn out to be like that. So I invested so much. So when I don't have money and I say I need help, they come. You've invested, you cash out. Wherever you've not invested in, you cannot cash out there. Invest in relationships. You don't look down on people. Rocher, do you know something I've known Rocher? On my birthday, he will send whatever. He did not register with all of you. He cannot register. And it's not because he will abuse it. That's why if he comes to me and say there's somebody who wants to, easily I will accept, because he has paid the price for all the people coming behind him. Some of you have ruined the opportunity for everybody coming. There are some people in Ilorin that if you come and you mention their name, I will never give you the opportunity. Even though you are good. I will never. So invest in relationships from now. Invest quality ones. The people around you, who are they? Graphic designer, do you invest in him? Do you appreciate his works when he started? Videographer, do you think all the videographer, this man that is, you think I gave him full money? See, if all you have is money, you don't have anything. Because there are some things that money should not pay for. It's relationship that should just pay for it. All the things that we got, most of it was based on relationship. That's why the rich spend lesser. Dangote wants to do wedding, so you think he's going to use his money to collect or to buy cow. Somebody will be coming. Sir, I'm taking it. Sir, I'm taking it. So the rich, they spend. The poor, they spend everything they have. So I want you to invest in people. This is my final, because I don't know why I missed it. Invest. Love. As you are going now, meet people. You that you are shy to meet people, they will not bite you. All you need to say, hello, my name is this. I'm based in this place. What is your name? Can we exchange numbers? You are expecting, because that's what you're going to do afterwards, before your certification, meet, networking. I'll take pictures with some of you, because if I'm chanced, we'll take pictures, especially some of you that came. I'll take pictures of everybody that came outside of Kwara State, and I'll collect your number, and I will have your number personally, because that is honor, and I'm going to return the honor. I'll collect your number personally, and we'll talk from there. Thank you very much for having us.